Okay, let's move away from the football now and talk about the basketball. Femi, before I come to you, I've been told that Sonny Young is waiting on the line already to join us via Skype on the show. So let's quickly cross over to Washington and catch up with Sonny, our good friend Sonny Young. Yeah, Sonny, looking sharp as always. But Sonny, we're counting down to the Olympic Games now. Rio 2016. What are your expectations for the Olympics? Let me start with that, Sonny.
Sporty greetings to you, Toyin, and nothing but net to my friend Femi there on the set. I know Femi can toss that basketball into the net. He's tall guy, Toyin, tall guy, Femi. I met him last year. Great to see you guys again. Olympics, roughly 3.5 months away. Here in the States, Toyin, one of the stories that's trending, John Isner, he's the top-ranked American tennis player. He's decided to skip the Olympics. He says he wants to concentrate on the hardcourt season here in the United States. From a timetable standpoint, Toyin, the Olympic tennis tournament will take place just a couple weeks before the U.S. Open in New York City. That said, however, the Olympic tennis tournament will be played on hard courts, just like the U.S. Open in New York. So I thought, I'm hoping Isner is the exception, that we are going to see those top players like, Federer and Nadal and Djokovic all in Rio. Because I know some of the top golfers have said that they will not be going to Rio for the golf tournament. Golf making its return after a long time away from the Olympic movement. Interestingly, I spoke with a photographer for Getty Images based in Rio, and he said he hasn't seen any alligators near the golf course in Rio. Apparently, there's been a few alligators spotted on the golf course in Rio. I don't know whether that's keeping the golfers away, Toyin, but it will keep me away. I know that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Rio Games, and I'm hoping we get good participation from some of the big names, including in basketball. I think the U.S. has to be considered the favorite in basketball, Toyin.
Yeah, so somehow the top stars have always found a way to be a part of the Olympics. So I'm sure for basketball, you'll get the top guys around. But I'm not too sure about the golf. The same reason you've given for the tennis, maybe that's what's going to happen to the golf. But Sonny, what's your take on professional boxing at the Olympic Games? What are you expecting? What do you see as the future of professional boxing if it eventually gets into the Olympic Games?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the monetary aspect, Toyin. Is there financial incentive for, say, an Anthony Joshua, the newly crowned IBF champion? Is there financial incentive for him to fight at the Olympics? I have my doubts. I mean, the other thing I've heard is that they're going to do away with headgear for this upcoming Olympic boxing tournament, which I think is a big mistake. If you have an inexperienced boxer put in the ring with, say, a veteran prize fighter, professional, it could really, we could see some scary stuff, if they're not wearing headgear. I've always thought headgear should be a part of the amateur ranks in boxing.
Yeah, Sonny, because it's for me, I also do not know how they're going to work this out. Are you going to be pairing a professional fighter against an amateur fighter, or a professional fighter against another pro? How are you going to work it out? For me, that's.
I see a lot of problems if they put, say, a 17 or 18-year-old inexperienced fighter against a professional who's had, let's say, for example, he's had 20, 25 professional fights and knows all some of the workings of how to, handle himself in the ring. I don't like that scenario at all, Toyin. I'll be very surprised if many professional fighters actually show up in Rio. Again, I'm not quite sure about the prize money. I think that's going to have to attract them. Why would you go to Rio unless is it the attraction of a gold medal, or do you want to get paid? That's a good. We'll have to wait and see.
All right, Sonny, let's talk basketball now. We are back in season now for you. The playoffs are on. What can you tell us?
Well, one of the stories, again, trending right now, Toyin, Steph Curry, the reigning league most valuable player, and he's probably going to win a second most valuable player in the next few weeks. They're having their award season. He's had some problems with his right ankle for the Golden State Warriors. He did not play in the last game. That said, they still beat the Houston Rockets pretty easily. Klay Thompson, his backcourt partner, had 34 points, played very well. And a lot of people think that even without Curry playing, they can still beat the Rockets pretty easily in the first round. So the question is whether the Warriors and head coach Steve Kerr, decide to be cautious and leave Steph Curry out for a couple more games to make sure his ankle is fully healed, and then bring him back for the second round. I don't think we're going to see him. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's going to play tonight. Later tonight in Game 3 for the Warriors. But that said, I still think, when all is said and done, the Warriors are going to be back in the NBA Finals.
Okay, let's wrap this up, Sonny, with a little bit of football. If I'm correct, for the first time ever, the U.S. will be playing a friendly against Puerto Rico. If I'm correct, that's some game that you can look forward to.
From a geographical standpoint, Puerto Rico, strong ties to the United States. Many Americans live there. They're going to play the United States men's national team for the first time in May next month, and Coach Klinsmann is using that as kind of a warm-up for the Copa America, which will be staged for the very first time here in the United States. But I think he's looking to sharpen his squad ahead of the Copa America, and so it's a good, I think from a political standpoint, cultural standpoint, it's a good game. I don't know if Puerto Rico will give them much of a test, but that's was just recently announced. So it's a game, it's a warm-up game, a tune-up for the Copa America, the U.S. men's national soccer team.
Well, Sonny, bad news for you. Neymar won't be part of it. You're going to miss him. He'll be playing at the Olympics, but he won't be coming for Copa America. So you won't be seeing Neymar do all the tricks right there on American soil. But
I think Neymar realized that he needs to play in his homeland for the Olympics. I think he realizes that the Brazilian fans really want to see him there, and so I don't fault him for the move. But that's a good question. Is Copa America, in terms of prestige and stature, is that a bigger tournament than the Olympic tournament? I think I side with Neymar. I think he's made a good move.
Yeah, Sonny, thank you so much. You've made a good move on the show tonight, Sonny. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you, Toyin. Thank you, and have a good evening to all our Sports Tonight viewers.
Yeah, Sonny, thank you for speaking to us. We'll do it again next week.